Buenas tardes, mis hermanos y hermanas. Good evening, my brothers and sisters. Today we're going to be reacting to Whole Math. Whole Math is a channel that does the math for how women think. So he takes the women's brain and does the math on how they think on a daily basis. So he basically deciphers a woman's mind and why they think the way that they do. I'm gonna watch this video, responsibility, and I'm gonna react to it. If you don't know about Ho's math, or you haven't seen his videos before, I suggest you do. Very helpful. I've learned a couple things from his videos, and quite frankly, they're pretty funny. So go subscribe to him if you haven't. Subscribe to him, leave a like, and just jump right in.
So my 6 kids all have different dads.
Whoa, slow down. I'm trying to get a few minutes out of this video. You gotta save something for later.
And today, one of the dads came to pick up my son to take him to the beach.
Oh,
Hold up. And did she say her 6 kids each have a different dad?
So my 6 kids all have different dads.
There's no way. There's no way. She just said that. There is no way those words came out of her mouth.
whoa, slow down. I'm trying to get a few minutes out of this video. You gotta save something for later.
And today, one of the dads came to pick up my son to take him to the beach.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
He knocks on the door and he's like, hey, I'm picking up, so-and-so to pick him up for the beach. And I'm like, okay, are you taking the rest of his 5 siblings? Because if you're not taking them, then he's not going.
I already knew she was gonna bring up the other siblings. Why do they think a man should be responsible for kids that are not his? And on top of that, all those kids have different dads? Oh man. This is why feminism is ruining this country. Because these women think they can be independent, and you see what happens when they're independent and claim that they don't need a man in their life. Like, they don't realize that the man is there to not keep them in their place per se, but to lead them in the right direction. Men are there to lead these women to the right path, to keep them in check, basically, so that they don't do stupid shit like this, like having 5 different baby daddies, or 6. I don't know, 6 different baby daddies, which is even worse. Oh man. Okay, let's continue this before I get sidetracked.
Okay, now we're not getting anywhere. Today's red flag is egocentrism, which means basically whenever somebody is thinking or acting from these lower 3 levels, especially if they don't have any ability to move beyond them. A lot of people think that they understand psychology and they don't. They just repeat words they heard on a screen. That's why I'm trying to give you guys...
That's why I fucking hate TikTok. I have one just so I can spread awareness to talk about my views on politics and how feminism is ruining the country. And not just feminism, but just Democrats in general, how they're heading towards this communist party, and somehow the people that vote democratically or that vote for Democrats aren't seeing this. It's like they're stupid, or they just oblivious, or they just don't want to accept that that's the way that they're headed. It's just communism doesn't work. It'll never work. And it took me a while to realize this, but I woke up. And I understand that it's hard to wake up, and there's some people that you just can't save, and I realize this now. Because I used to be one of those people.
Words to repeat, except
Thank
hopefully
God
it'll
I
be
got out.
difficult to misuse these. A word that gets misused a lot is narcissist. It's also mispronounced. It should be narcissist. The guy who fell in love with his reflection was Narcissus. The C is hard in Latin. Anyway, the word basically means egocentric. They'll say, my ex was a narcissist, meaning that he was a selfish jerk. He was egotistical, he was controlling, he was selfish. And here's the problem. Those are things that a narcissist would say about a more highly developed person. So someone who is egocentric will call you egocentric if you don't give them what they want. This happened to me when I was 22. I had a girlfriend who trampled all over my boundaries, and I said, I don't like that. You have to stop that or we have to break up. And she told me that I was controlling and selfish and abusive, but it was actually her. This is a common relationship type where somebody who's...
Sounds like my last relationship. I tell her, I don't like when you do that. You're so manipulating. You're so controlling. You're a woman hater. Yeah. She woke me up, honestly. It was a bad and toxic relationship, but she made me realize what I should avoid. And I'm glad she woke me up to that reality. Shit.
At level 5 or level 6 will meet someone who's at level 3, and they will think, well, you're not a belonger. You're not like these conformist people in the middle, so you must be up here with me, whereas in reality, they're down here beneath conformity. They haven't gotten through it yet. And I'm going to show you how to tell the difference with levels. But first, a quick reminder. I did a lot of reading to learn all this stuff, and I took a lot of notes, and my sponsor, Shortform, took the notes for you. Learn more about human behavior faster with Shortform. 20% off with my link.
That's why I love reading books.
So let's figure out what this lovely lady is saying.
He's like, the other kids are not my responsibility. I don't need to take them anywhere. And I'm like, well, if you want to take your child on whatever activities you have planned for the day, then you must include the rest of his siblings. It is not fair that you're going to take one child to the beach and then you were going to go fishing and do...
And then of course she has that fucking nose ring too. Hold up. Oh sure, I can't check. My phone isn't on me.
Do all these other activities and for their siblings to be home bored.
Let's stop right there. This refined young lady has 6 kids with 6 guys. One of the guys comes to take care of his kid. I don't know how he knows which one it is. Good for him. And then she says that he must also take care of 5 other guys' kids. That's sign number 1, because this is not something that's agreed upon in our society. This is not a rule that we have that you must take care of all of the children of your baby mama, but she said that he must do it. That language indicates that she thinks she's in control of all people and the whole world. That's control
That's being a narcissist, literally. And that's how my ex was too. She wanted to control me so bad and I wouldn't listen to her, so it would lead to arguments every single day. Man, please avoid feminist women. Don't even bother sleeping with them. Sometimes it's tempting, but once they fall in love, because you decided to sleep with them, there's no escaping. Like I said in one of my prior videos, I'm dealing with 2 stalkers right now. I just ended up blocking them on everything, phone numbers included. So I hope the one that I still see in person doesn't ever talk to me ever again, because I'm gonna be upset.
Consciousness. And control consciousness is not a bad thing if it's inside of higher levels, but she obviously cannot get there. If she could, she would be able to take a second-person perspective and think, what would it be like if I was baby daddy and I had to care for 5 kids that were not mine? She is not capable of doing this. That's why she says must. She confuses I want with you must. Those are the same thing at this level. Remember, scumbag Steve, it's cool for me to smoke in your house because it just is, because that's just the way things are. That's where her mind is. She has not yet grown to a level where she can understand that This is what I want, but not what you want. She does not yet understand that baby daddy does not want to spend his resources on another guy's kids. Baby daddy then says that the other siblings are not his responsibility.
The thing that this dude is stupid too. Why will you sleep with a woman that has 5 kids already with 5 other people and not wear protection? If you knew that A, your pull-out game is weak, B, that she wasn't on birth control, and C, that you didn't have protection, why would you sleep with her?
And she replies that that is
Man,
not fair to the siblings. Notice that she has zero recognition of what's not fair to baby daddy. That's sign number 2. Let's continue.
So I told him, if you do not take the rest of his siblings, if you don't take all 5 of his siblings, he will not be going. And guess what? Now they're here in the backyard playing because he refused to take his siblings with him. And now my son is in the room crying because he thinks his dad is the bad guy.
Did you catch all those? She said the siblings are here because baby daddy refused and not because of her. Then
she's so fucking stupid.
She said, my son, not ours, thinks his dad is the bad guy. He doesn't have to think that. You can tell him what you did.
One is not going to go to the beach while the other ones stay here at home not doing anything. That is simply not right.
Simply not right means it just is.
It's all of them or none of them.
It just is.
And in this case, obviously it was none. So now I'm the one that's stuck here with 6 children.
This is a bad thing happening to me, not you.
And then she ends up being the bitch, looking like the bitch, because she didn't allow her one kid to go out with his dad to the beach. This is how kids end up doing bad things when they're older, because of women like this. Because they're giving these kids their baggage.
Bad things can't happen to you because you don't have needs. So that's how you recognize actual narcissism or egocentrism. It's not just when disagree, it's what I want just is. So if you ever get accused of this dumb buzzword, here's what you do. You say, I see what you want. It's this, this, and this, right? And if she says yes, you say, well, I just don't want the same thing. And if she says that her way is right because it just is, then you're not the bad guy. That is second person perspective. Level 1 is what I want. Level 2 is what I can get from you and how I get it. Level 3 is what I can get from my world and network and how I can get it. And it's not until level 4 that you start to think, oh, what about what you want? That's right here, second person perspective. I'm personally working on 6th myself, but I'll explain that in an upcoming video. Don't forget to click my link. I've got a lot going on right now.
But yeah, it's just, like I said, feminism is just leading this country to the ground. With just inflation, ever since they got in the workforce, with not needing a man to teach them right from wrong, because apparently they can't do that themselves, as you saw from this chick. Not being able to take accountability for their actions. So what do? Abort kids, mess their body up with all these birth control things. It's just high body counts, lies, baggage. Like, they're like little kids. They never grow up. That's why I could never be with a feminist ever again. And what I was gonna say earlier, I went on a date yesterday, and this girl was cool. I'm not gonna bash her. She was cool. She was pretty. But when she told me that she is a super feminist, and she told me she doesn't need a man, and that telling her to cut her guy friends is considered nagging, and she would rather break up with her boyfriend than to cut off her guy friends, I automatically said nope, not dealing with this. And I'm glad she understood because I told her my views. So I'm not gonna talk to her anymore. You just move on to the next one, guys. I'm not sad about it. Like I said, my ex she just changed me completely, made me into a different man. My ex and my ex before this one. So my last two exes, I've been through so much because of them that it just made me grow up and change my views on everything. It helped me change my perspective in life. Well, that's about it. If you guys did enjoy this video, please go follow Whole Math, subscribe to his channel, go leave him a like. Watch his video first before watching mine if you do want to watch my reaction. I don't want to steal his views, and I'll make sure to link his video and channel down in my description below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.